Hey, it's your boy Dustin from the Flying Chairs, the Rise Podcast. And today, oh shit, you won't believe it. I got three awesome girls here today. Actually, Rachel has been with us twice already, so this will be her third time, but she brought some colleagues with her. We got Kate and Sam, and we got the Sinister sisters. Uh, Paranormal. So yeah, they go out investigate. They go out and get the boots on the ground, and it's really awesome. They have an awesome following, and Rachel's been in the podcast game for a long time, and I don't know if Kate and Sam have been too. You can tell them some more, but yeah, let's see a little bit more of your guys' background of like how you find yourself personally in the paranormal. Let's start with Kate.
Okay, I don't know. I kind of fell into it like I fall into everything, but I've always kind of leaned that way. My parents took me to church when I was little, and to me, church was the gateway into spirits. So just kind of always been there. Currently, though, I work at a historic house,
Oh,
so
cool.
it's just me and the family all week long, and so
The family of spirits.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I actually can see that shrine behind you. I was just noticing that too when you first popped in. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. Because I have a shrine myself, a different kind of shrine. But yes,
Oh, we like all shrines.
yes, exactly. I think it is harnesses the energy around us, and yeah, it's pretty dope. So yeah, Sam, where did you grow up, and how'd you find yourself in the paranormal?
I've had paranormal experiences since before I could speak. I was seeing things and freaking my parents out.
Mhm.
But I've had experiences my whole life. And one of my friends, actually, Rachel and I have a mutual friend, and I had some things going on at my house, and I just wanted to get to the bottom of it. And she invited Rachel to come investigate, and that's how we connected. And they invited me to come on some investigations, and now I'm a part of the team, and it's been a very wild ride, but I'm blessed to be a part of this. So it's been really cool. A lot of
Yeah,
connections, a lot of networking, which it's been really, really nice.
that's so dope. And then Rachel, tell us more about the Sinister Sisters. Like, how this all get about? How did you guys find each other? Like,
Yeah. Well, as you can tell with the Sam and Kate, it kind of came, I think, both organically in a way. We actually investigated both of their locations. So we investigated Rosemont and we investigated Sam's house. Um, so that's how we connected with them. I think that there was a definite like chemistry and um, for both Jen and I when we met Kate and Sam. And, we wanted, I think we were looking to build our team, and just finding the right connections is, wholeheartedly what we believe in. Is like we had to know that we would connect ourselves with, like-minded people, and that we're not only into the same things we are, but I think that our personalities mesh real well because I've been in on teams before where that wasn't always the case. So,
yeah.
um, you know, and I think we're like Sam said, I think I was blessed to find those two.
Yeah. And the
Absolutely.
fact that are you guys in the same neighborhood? Are you guys somewhat close to towns or cities? No, you're all spread
Yeah, we're
out.
kind of I'm in, I guess, Nashville itself on the west side. I think what Sam, you're more south of
I'm on the
Nashville.
south, yeah, South Nashville.
And then Kate's
I'm
up
in Hendersonville, so
about
north.
north of Nashville.
Okay.
Not that far, like what,
Huh.
30 minutes?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
No, it's
So
very doable. So how do
yeah.
you, so what locations have you investigated that just blew your mind when you guys were all together? Or maybe it was your first one. Maybe like first time getting together and it's like, all right, we're gonna tackle this one today.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, which one do I choose? uh if we were all together, I mean, I guess that would have been like,
Trousdale.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Trousdale.
Trousdale was
Or
a
I
big
was
one.
gonna say, weren't we all together at Comer House too?
We were at
Yes.
Colmer,
Yep.
uh,
All right. Well,
Octagon.
tell me more about these places.
Oh, Octagon too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I
oh, that's
mean,
it. I'm gonna go with Trousdale because I think it was a definite surprise. Um, like how much activity we had at Trousdale. It's another historic home in the Gallatin area of Tennessee, and I think again, I think what the evidence kind of showed us is that it's probably more than likely a family that's there and haunting that location as well, a
Mm,
very historic family. So, um, but we had just like activity was popping off. Um, a lot of we got a lot of EVPs that were
mm.
surprising. We did a thing called the human pendulum there.
Oh, what's that about?
So
What's that about? How do you do that?
So you in essence speak like the person who's like doing the activity is like is like the conduit, the pendulum
Oh,
per se.
okay.
It's like the little pendulum that you can
Yep.
hold on, except for
Yep.
you or the human are that. And you have around you like the sort of the four corners, so like a north, south, east, west around you.
Mm,
And they're to like sort of catch you because what being in the middle of this circle in between all of them, you're kind of like focusing sort of maybe like a little bit of a meditation, I would say, into that kind of headspace, and you just let the spirit push you
mm.
in one direction or the other. So then those people around you kind of ask questions, and you your mind is blank and you just feel whatever the spirit, and you're caught off guard because you're just kind of like, whoa, you weren't expecting that. And
Right.
so, yeah, we had an interesting night of that.
That's
yeah,
really crazy. But I'd be spooked out. No, it's
Yeah.
again, it's just I always like to think about the movie Ghost, like that. The guy that helps his wife, like the clay and shit, and like he goes to like the train station and he meets that other ghost that like
Yes, that
can
makes
actually like
move the coin.
physically, yeah. Then he physically just toss people's shit in the air, and he's like, I need to learn how you do this. But he's like, yeah, it just takes so much energy just to move something so simple. But again, this guy mastered it where he can obviously do it almost at will.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it makes
right.
you wonder too. These ghosts are coming through. How much energy does it take to like get their voice on a recorder or like get caught on camera or like I don't know if you like the stone tape theory. I don't know if you girls heard
Yeah.
much
Oh
about
yeah.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
just
the one
visual.
I talk about. Yeah. I
oh
think
cool.
you and I talked about that on
Yeah,
a previous
yeah. Well,
podcast.
again, I learned this recently. I just thought it's just another way of looking at ghosts. That it's just like that's so cool to me in a sense, and that could be possible too. And who knows? Because you would hate to think that a ghost is kind of in limbo, trapped in a room, and this
Yeah.
and then like the stone tape theory is basically where you come into this room, you activate something like a last little memory, a last glimpse of that person's life that died in that room or something like that, but it's just recorded on the walls or the ceiling or the floor or the fuck.
Yeah.
Who knows? But again, it's this is an interesting theory and trying to put more science behind it too, at the sense too, like of two ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, you like to think that like Congress could start talking about ghosts, right? Like there's a parallel
Well, not like
universe
they
to their
talk about
souls.
like
They got Beetlejuice over here. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that we've had some deep conversations about, what that other side may actually be. Like, I think Kate and I have talked about multiple times about how we think it's like, are we that movie The Others?
Oh yeah.
Where
Hmm. Oh
in The
sure.
Others, she doesn't know she's dead. Her
Yep.
family's living her life, and there's this other family that moves into their home, and all of a sudden, like, they're experiencing what they think is a haunting, and you don't realize till the end of the
Yeah.
movie that
It's
spoiler
so
alert,
it's so
spoiler
good.
alert, she's the dead one,
Yep.
that she had killed herself but didn't have like that memory of that.
Sure.
So, but we've talked about like maybe we're in an alternate timeline,
Multiverse.
like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, a
Yep.
multiverse. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of science is starting to like really want to connect those dots, I think, a little bit more than they ever used to
Right.
because of like whole quantum entanglement and theory, string theory, all of that has a lot to do, I think, with it in some respects,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I love all different theories and like what's gonna be next is gonna be. I mean, to come to Congress like the UFOs have is gonna be
Yeah,
ghosts, or is
like
it gonna be
disclosure.
Bigfoot, or is it gonna be yeah, it is gonna be yeah, and more disclosure in this weird world that we live in, this Disneyland of the galaxy, you know.
Exactly. I know. I mean, that's why it's saying like anything's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, again, I love that we can go and explore these places for our own and see with our own two eyes, get a whole feel for it. And yeah, I like how there were adults thinking this way. It's actually a lot more fun to think this way. Like to think that there are like multiverses, extraterrestrials, just tons of this weird shit just popping off. That's why like Earth is like probably a beacon on the bottom of the ocean. Like, just come here. There's crazy shit here if you want to come explore and do whatever the fuck things you want to do. It's like the Las
Yeah.
Vegas of the galaxy. Anyways,
Yeah.
fucking cows and shit. I don't know. But
Yeah, Sam knows all about the cows this morning.
Oh yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying with my parents right now I'm coming to visit them and they live in the middle of the country. So this morning I
Hmm.
woke up to cows and donkeys and roosters. So I'm excited to get
Oh.
back to Nashville where I can sleep in a little bit without animals.
Sure.
No,
So
it's
is it like
beautiful.
is it a milking or
Dairy farm.
I
yeah, is
think
it a
it's a
dairy farm?
dairy farm that they have. It's
Okay.
my family does not have the farm, but our neighbors all around us, it's farmland. So
Oh, I
it's
see.
really
Hmm.
cool. It's really cool. But yeah,
That
it's
is
a
cool.
little loud for me.
Yeah. And I think about all the cow mutilations that we had in the past, you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Here in Wisconsin.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
you
yeah.
guys did have a lot, right?
Yeah. Linda
Cool.
Moulton Howell, I think, did a documentary back in the late 70s or in
Mm-hmm.
the 80s. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyways, a documentary about like the whole cattle mutilations
Wow.
phenomenon.
And
And
her
yeah, I think
theory is
it's
extraterrestrial, right?
hmm
Or
hmm
what she calls them in extraterrestrial intelligences.
hmm I think that, like one of her conclusions was it's a genetic harvest, basically,
Mm-hmm.
getting different parts and could be making mixed creatures. You know, we've seen that in the past too, or like
Yeah.
there's gods walking around with bull heads and goat heads and they're crazy shit.
Yeah, winged
Yeah, winged
creatures.
creatures. Yeah.
I mean, they exist even in like even as far as like biblical
Yeah.
times, these creatures. So it's not just Greek, Roman mythology.
Yeah. No, it's just very mysterious. Because why would our ancient ancestors write this shit on the walls if it wasn't important? You know,
Right.
it takes a lot of
And a
effort
lot
to
of
do
times they
that.
write what they wrote about what they saw.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mystery keeps getting
Oh,
crazier. But yeah, let me
yeah.
get back to
Down
some
that
ghosts
rabbit
here.
hole.
Yeah. Um, what so you guys said like your houses were haunted. That's one reason why you guys did you think there might have been hitchhikers that came to your house, or was it always like that when you moved in?
Um, for me, it's me. It's not technically my house. It's just me. And I was always curious because I had never really like had anyone to talk to about it or, you know, sometimes you say, "Oh yeah, I think there's a ghost in my house," and people will look at you sideways. But I was thankful to find Rachel and Sinister Sisters, and they told me they were like, no, since you've had these experiences your whole life, you're a conduit. Like it's you. Like I guess
Mm.
my vibration is so high that spirits who are lost or just they don't really know where to go, they find me and they like me. I make them
Oh,
feel
so you're the
comfortable. Like
Caroline from Poltergeist.
Oh
like
yeah.
you
No,
so much they suck you
I'm
into a
I'm
closet.
haunted. Yeah, for
So
sure
ghost
not,
whisperer. Let's go something friendlier.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. I think that what did we ultimately think that maybe it could have been one of a child, that it was a child, maybe a former patient of yours?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a respiratory therapist, and
Oh
so
wow.
I would deal with death a lot. And one thing that was happening in my house was very like game like, it was my husband and I would go into one room, we'd leave, we'd come back, and something would be moved, but it wasn't like fallen over. It was just moved perfectly, sitting up and down, like, someone had moved it. And I
Mm.
thought that my husband was pranking me. He thought that he would, or he thought that I was pranking him.
Hmm.
And finally we were like, So when the team came to my house, it was like, this is like a little boy spirit, we think. And it made sense because I had lost a little boy patient, and it was
Mm.
very, that kind of like weighs on you and it sticks with you. But I think he just wanted to be acknowledged, and it kind of quieted down after that. So just saying, like, hey, I know that you're here, like you can stay as long as you're nice. So,
Sure. Sure.
yeah.
No, it's pretty gnarly. Like, I haven't had any personal ghost experiences. I would like to have one. Maybe I should go someplace
Come with
where
us. Yeah,
I
come with
should,
us.
right? I should come
Yeah.
out with you.
Yeah.
And no, yeah, I like to. And then my dad has always told this story of his encounter with his I'm sorry, his grandfather. So him and his cousin were about 10 years old or 11 years old, and they're waiting at home, waiting to hear news about their grandfather that was dying in the hospital until they get a phone call from grandma saying, yeah, grandpa passed and we're coming home soon. And right when they hung up the phone, he hears the banging of a hammer and the saw and the drill happening in the basement. Him and his cousin both heard it. Like this, they were tripped out so heavily they were crying and screaming when the parents came home. Like, I believe Grandpa came home and did some work in the basement.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So
cool.
it's stuck with him, into his adulthood, where he still tells the story because it's so vivid. And even his cousin that's still alive will tell the story too. So it's really kind
Mhm.
of cool to hear it from both sides.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So this is like was my great grandfather's soul wanting to finish a project so much that his soul had to just come back really quick. He's like, I got that last nail. Ta-toom. You
Done.
Put
Had
all
some
that energy
unfinished
into it.
business, huh?
Yeah, right.
Literally. Yeah.
But no, again, what power and strength or what will does that soul have to like travel to? Because it's just so many different theories where you go out to the light, or you're going to hell. Or
Right.
it's just all these mix. Because these people
The
who have
unknown.
life close to death experiences talk about all sorts like
Yes.
visiting hell to heaven too. So both people get different doses of real shit. So it's like, well, let's hope to God that there's no hell. 'Cause that'd suck.
God.
Yeah.
But
I don't know about that.
yeah, who knows? I hope not.
I think you get it here,
Honestly.
right? You can be
I
in
think Earth
hell
is hell, for
here.
God's sake.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't think there's some
Exactly.
eternal
Yeah, I kind
place.
of, what happened when, like, I wish we were living like Adam and Eve times, because animals seem to get along, sitting side by side, and we're just mating, eating apples. Sorry, I'm just fine. But no, it's just, yeah, it's just crazy world. It makes you
Yeah.
wonder. But yeah, it's my only ghost story, basically, from,
Yeah, it's similar. I mean, my first experience was when I was a kid seeing my grandfather.
mm,
Um, it hadn't been too long after he had passed either, but I was staying over the night at my grandmother's house, which I often did. But I came home, I'm not home. I woke up in the morning, and I walked in out into the living room, and if I fully saw like him standing in the curtains, like he was just standing in the curtains looking outside, like looking out the window.
mm.
And I was like, wait a minute. And then I just was like, grandma, grandma, where, there's somebody in the curtains, and she came out and she was just like, it's just grandpa. It's fine.
Hmm.
She didn't make a big deal out of it. She was just like, he comes and visits me sometimes. And then she said, Grandpa, you're scaring Rachel. It's time to go. And
Aw.
and like pretty quickly after that, it just kind of dissipated and wasn't there anymore. And that was sort of like, I don't know, to me, it was like opening the gate. Now I wanted to know more and why and how come. And like, I think
Sure.
it just,
Snowball there.
yeah, it just like made this lifelong, I want to know.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's like all of us. I think that our experiences got us on the trail that we're on today, and then we're having these podcasts and talking these awesome subjects as adults too, right? I know even like
Yes.
back when I was a kid too, I remember going to libraries and checking out the UFO books and Bigfoot and the ghost and like what the like this is so cool that humans are recording this stuff and putting in books and then putting it at the library at that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and then something I had my own personal UFO experience where it blew my socks off, where like I dove myself so far into the rabbit hole of ufology and still going and still studying and more about the ancient cultures, like especially the Native American cultures here in America. They tell the truth. I actually was lucky to have one of the elders from a tribe in Iowa. I should know this. Muskaki. No, I don't want to try it. I don't want to fuck up his name or not fuck up the tribal's name. But no, again, he had his own personal experiences, and he was willing to share that information with me. And I was like, and that's really rare in the native culture because they don't like to share that from outsiders at all. So it's just like the fact that he was explaining to me like I was gonna be one of his last podcasts because he's like almost 80 years old. He doesn't know when he's
Wow.
gonna just end up croaking one day or something like that. So yeah, again, telling these awesome UFO stories, and he was like singing songs in his native language with the drums. I was like, whoa, this is like I can't believe I got this on my podcast. So
Yeah.
That's really
that
That's
cool.
was
amazing.
yeah. So I was thinking about the natives too. Do you guys go to into like any Native American sites like with the mounds? Because I think those places are pretty gnarly with energy and paranormal like, stuff.
I would love to do
Okay.
that. I was
Yeah.
able to, when I did a Paracon recently up in West Virginia. It had the West Virginia State Penitentiary. And then
Mm.
right across the street from it, like directly across the street from it, is a humongous like earth mound.
Oh,
And
sweet.
so yeah, it was a whole burial mound. I was like, what? I got to get back here and be able to do like I wanted to investigate the penitentiary and uh and the earth mound. But yeah, it would be really cool.
Hmm.
I was gonna show you this place quick. Uh, this is here in Wisconsin. It's called
Wow.
Aztaland. And they even thought the Mayan or the Aztec came all the way from the
That's
south and set up shop because there's two pyramids here. This is the
Yeah, I was
pyramid
gonna
of the
say it's
sun.
so like geometrically precise, right?
Yeah. And this is the pyramid of the moon. This is the one staircase pyramid.
It's
Wow.
incredible.
So, and then the story goes that this people came from afar because the neighboring Indians saw these people. They came from afar with different clothing. Some of them practiced elongating skulls, and they practiced cannibalism. And they waged war with the natives around them, and they built this gigantic wall. They had to kind of like put new logs in, obviously. But yeah, they have UW students at the UW Wisconsin still do digs here, and they're still digging up pottery and bones, um, uh, other things. Like the most mysterious thing about this place was the people just dropped everything and disappeared.
So
Wow.
that they go up in UFOs and vanish?
Were they unplugged?
Maybe.
Huh?
They just unplugged. Like, we're done.
They-
Just unplug. We're out.
they're like, we're dipping.
We're dipping
Bye.
after all this killing and eating all these other Indians. Yeah, no, it's really interesting. There's still a lot of mystery. People go there a lot. The natives still go there and do powwows
Ceremony.
outside. Yeah, Wisconsin's got a shit ton of reservations. Um, yeah, it's really cool. There's one event near Shino that is really big, where it has like a giant high school just for the natives. I was like, damn, they got a big population here. That's cool though. I mean, they should. I mean, this
Yeah.
is their fucking land. This is insane,
Mm-hmm.
So, and
That's
I'm
true.
wondering why it hasn't because marijuana is not legal here in Wisconsin, and you'd think the natives would be like, because they got some, their laws are all kind of twisty, if because they are natives, like, well, yeah, just sell it on the reservation with the gambling and all that.
Yeah. I
Thinking outside the
mean,
box.
certain states do. I mean,
Yeah.
and they profit big time. I mean, I came from California where it was legal, so
Oh,
but it was
is
taxed,
is it
heavily taxed
is it le illegal where it is right now, where you guys are at?
in Tennessee. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
there's like enough strains that are just this side that are legal.
sure, sure.
So
And then like
Mhm.
I was gonna say too, like you guys drinking laws are all fucking crazy too, ain't it?
not
Or
so much
is that
anymore.
North Carolina? Because I went to North Carolina, but I had to drive through Tennessee to get there.
Yeah, I
There's
think there's very few that are dry counties anymore, right?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, not like
Yeah.
dry, but like you just have to like go get liquor at the liquor store, but you can't get beer there, and you can't get
In the
liquor
grocery
at the
store.
grocery store,
Yeah,
but you
now
can
you
get beer.
can't.
Some of
I
Those
was like,
laws, those
Jesus
laws,
Christ, this sucks. I had to
yeah.
drive every which way,
You
and
can't get
then
liquor in the grocery
and
store.
then
But
like
you
you
can
can
get
only have
wine.
2 drinks at each bar, and they kick you out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not anymore,
Well,
right?
We fixed
I
it.
don't know. I mean,
We fixed it.
Yeah.
yes. Well, I don't know
Yeah.
if Tennessee was like that or not, but hmm,
Yeah. I think it used to be that way, but I think they've altered. I think enough people complain about it.
right.
We had enough Californians move here.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
We came in to change everything.
No, it's
Yeah.
awesome. And did
Yeah.
you guys hear about this news here? I'm gonna talk about it because I haven't talked about it yet on a podcast. I'll put it up. Like the International Space Station took a snap of this.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
That is gnarly.
It's
This
it's
fucking
wicked.
colossal mothership.
Yeah.
Like
And it definitely does look um, cylindrical almost.
yeah,
I mean,
straight up.
Dang.
That's,
it's
I
like
don't
you
think
can
you get any
almost see
strainer than
around
that.
it. And don't they
Uh,
say it could, at the speed it's traveling, it could be here by November or something like
that's
that?
correct. Yeah,
Oh,
again,
wow.
like
I hear the
it
birth
might
of
just be
that.
take. So I don't understand. I hear this news about it's gonna attack us. I'm like, what fucking information does it give you that?
You're
You know?
right.
And if it is because they're just taking their time getting here to get to November, are they preparing to like get ready to just go all out? It'd be kind of nice not to go to work anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
You're
shit,
telling me.
let's just, you know, change up the monotony a little bit and just grab a gun and
Exactly.
shoot something. No,
I think we're so desensitized to like there's always something crazy that happens. I think as a millennial too, like we've grown up where it's like, it's fine. Everything will be fine.
no, you're right.
It's all
But
fine.
we
Like
are kind of
everything's fine.
desensitized.
It's
No,
fine.
we are kind of desensitized. Like this is the slow drip
Yes.
of disclosure. We're seeing it in movies. You know, it's kind of weird. This new Alien movie that's supposed to be coming out is coming out in November, and it has these
Okay.
Oh,
weird posters of like the Earth getting swallowed up by the egg.
They're
It's
coming for
like,
the premiere. They're coming
yeah,
in
exactly.
exactly. They're coming for the premiere.
opening night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
That's hilarious. But no, it just makes you wonder if it's really gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
not saying they're gonna attack us, but like this be nice to be. And if it is an extraterrestrial race that is here to attack us, I think there is ETs already here that are gonna be ready to strap up and be like you're seeing some ETs fighting on our side, like because we've
Well,
seen
yeah,
this in holy texts with the Bibles and the holy Hindu texts talking about the gods fighting amongst each other.
like chariots of gods.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Hmm. So it makes you wonder. Switch it up a little bit. I have to go back to work. Be really nice.
And I think it would just be, it would definitely like shift us out of the like our normal paradigm. It would just be a whole nother like, okay, now all the people who say we're the only game in town and the whole entire like freaking universe,
No.
welcome. We are not.
Well, duh. I'm saying that there's definitely um extraterrestrials that are billions and billions of years older than us traveling the stars
Maybe
as
even
we
more than
are,
that.
you
Yeah.
know? And we're probably having old radio stations back from the 1930s going out to the stars. Right now, if someone's picking it up, like, oh shit, look at that. Came from that place. No, it's very interesting. Or
That's
again, I think they might have been here since the dawn of time. Our oceans, we only know 8% of that. I think that's really
yeah.
scary. We know about more about the stars than we know
Than we
about our
do.
oceans.
Yeah.
You know that,
Then
and
you
that
have
does that,
USOs,
and
right?
that kind
You
of
get a
goes over people's heads still. You know,
hmm
we think about that, but it's like, okay, it's just water with some big animals in it. Okay, but like, you don't fathom that. There's still stuff that people have not seen yet. You know, and like,
Yeah.
Well, and there's so many reports of craft coming out of the waters, not
yes.
just even oceans, but like
Uh,
coming rising out of lakes, out of like rivers everywhere. So it's kind of like, you know, hey.
yeah. No, I was just trying to get a book here. I can still hear you. No,
We're
I was
like you
just.
disappeared.
I was
No, I'm
totally gonna
sorry.
go to Blake tonight, but maybe not now.
Well, I'm just scared of the ocean, period, with all the sharks and all that shit. And it
Oh
seems like
yeah.
everybody's getting bit
Giant
up in the news.
jellyfish.
I was like, Jesus, I thought it was rare to get bit by a shark, but shit, it's in the news
Yeah.
all the time. Um, but this book that I have here, I like to talk about a lot and mention. Speaking of ocean UFOs, so there's a guy named Stefan Denderity, and he's from Holland, and he's a millionaire himself. He like invented something there and made $1 million for himself. Again, so another reason why this guy wouldn't lie already. So he's already got millions of dollars. So him and his family, two daughters and a teenage son, and their mother went on this yacht, a sailing yacht, and then they kind of went out to the ocean in a clear channel, and they hit something in the water, and he looks over the railings and he sees a guy in a suit with his face down in the water, and he's like, his first instinct was to jump over the railings and grab him. He grabs the guy in the suit and pulls him up aboard, and he notices his helmet is round with a clear glass, but it was shining blue, like the blue light shining through his glass helmet, basically. He's just confused. He's like, what the hell is this? And then this UFO just comes perching out of the water, and this door opens, and another guy in a suit like the one they just pulled out of the water, he jumps on their boat to grab his buddy, and everybody's on the other side of the boat screaming and crying. And yeah, he just kind of the ET just waved to thank him for saving his comrade and went off. And I
Wow.
guess the family stayed overnight, just kind of like freaked out, trying to like comprehend what just fucking happened. And in the morning, the UFO came out of the water again, and then the door opened, and they invited this dude to come on board and just to show him his ship and just thank him again. And this is what they look like up close. And they had like he describes in his book, and this is written back in 1961, something like they had iPads where they were taught when they were talking to him. So like when he had questions, they just pull it up on the iPad and showed him like that. So it's kind of like weird to hear that in this old ass book of like technology that we now have, you know. And
Right.
yeah, they're aquatic uh, ETs. Their planet was mostly water. They did a lot of underwater farming and stuff like that, and he had still had contact with these ETs, but not physical. He had telepathic messages. So like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he'd get like a cold feeling in his head, and he'd sit down in his chair and he'd sit there with his pen, write on scriptures of like technology to how to build different things and just you know, kind of give human society, another invention to kind of, boost us in technology and stuff. I don't know, but very interesting indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So I
crazy.
love those stories, especially the old ones.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, much about ETs. Sorry. I want more
It's
about ghosts
interesting
here.
though. It's
No, it
interesting.
is. Yeah. No, my favorite ghost movies is obviously Poltergeist. The first and the second one is the best. And then like the Poltergeist curse. You know about that?
I don't think I know about that
Well,
one.
what happened with the people on the film, you mean?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Okay, yes. Sorry, I thought that was
Well,
Yes.
how trippy is
another
that
movie.
shit?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Not cool.
Yeah.
There's actually like a series that I had watched, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and it went through all of like the cursed films
Hmm.
and just like what happened on set and like after. But yeah, the it Poltergeist was on there. It was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
because I heard in the first Poltergeist when she gets slipped into the pool of all the dead skeletons and corpses, they actually used real skeletons.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Not cool.
freaky.
You know what I'm saying? And
Not
then I
cool.
heard in the
Yeah.
second one, that old dude that with the creepy smile and the hat,
Yes. Yeah.
he
That,
was on his deathbed during that movie. Do you know that? Like he
no,
knew
he
he was
looked like
dying.
it.
No, 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 seriously, he knew he was dying. So like
Wow.
they would use that for the effect anyways, because it's even more creepy that he's just like his skin's just, looks
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
fucking gnarly, doesn't he?
yeah,
Holy
there's people who
Christ.
say like I'm not afraid of this person, I'm afraid of this guy, and it's him, and his
Yeah.
face, like that's what sticks
That's
with you.
that
It's
that's the
not
last movie he did. Because he knew he was
Wow.
dying.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And then that Native American dude that's on that movie, he died
Mhm.
mysteriously after that.
And we obviously know the girl who played
And then the
Carolina.
Yeah.
girl had that
Yeah.
mysterious disease
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that like
It's
killed her
crazy.
slowly. That was crazy.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was wondering if we tinker with stuff like that in our reality, do they kind of get pissed off and they're like, all right, we're gonna show them what's what. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a whole nother piece to that kind of follows suit with like stone tape theory.
Hmm.
That there's one called stigma theory.
Mm.
And essentially, it is that human emotions and human thoughts can create
Mm.
and manifest the reality. So,
Sure.
one example is there's a place that was filmed a movie called Hell House,
Oh yeah.
and it was a whole franchise. And in that location, they have now, after the filming was done and everything, they have a haunted attraction out of that building. And the haunted attraction is now there are things that are coming out of that like phenomenon of actual hauntings, but they're mimicking the movie and they're mimicking the haunt.
Mm. Mm.
So
Wow.
the human emotion of fear is powerful and it's creating these creatures.
Sure.
And so I think even Native Americans, I think it is they called them tulpas.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, it is like a thought form. So,
Well, I
and there's other cryptids that have come out, like we know more
Slender Man.
recently. Yeah, Slender Man. Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. And so you wonder,
yeah.
everybody talks about like Wendigos,
Yep.
skinwalkers. You're like,
Skinwalkers. Yeah.
well, you're wondering, is all of that also? Because wasn't Skinwalker was a Navajo curse
Yeah.
that was
Hmm.
brought upon
Yep.
because they
It's
were
to the white
fighting.
man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing too. I thought like the Native Americans too. I thought it was a curse if you disrupt a Native American mound and you
Mm-hmm.
take this you trigger that to bring something home with you. So
Hmm.
maybe the Native Americans are smart on that when like, all right, you white man, you're gonna take over the land. We're gonna set up landmines everywhere. We're gonna
I don't
with
blame
curse and
them.
bound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dig up that for to make your house. All right. I'm gonna leave bite marks on your wife.
God.
No, I ran into a show I think last night. I should remember this. I thought it was very interesting. It was like a medium and this other guy, and they kind of go and cleanse houses and stuff like that. But this woman, the psychic, saw this house that was just so horrendous where advised the people that they need to no one should live in this house. Like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know how you're gonna sell this house, but she's like, you need to leave this house because they were biting the people that were living there and like scratch marks and like really gnarly shit. So it makes you wonder too, like, is there or like, it could have been the land itself could have been
Mhm.
cursed. Because the fact that she said that no one should have been living there in the first place, that house shouldn't have been built on that land. Like that is not good. I think she even said the natives respected that land enough where they just never built and did anything near it.
Mm,
You know.
Mhm.
right.
So man, the natives know the shit. I'm telling you.
Very connected.
Keep it very close to their culture and their people, and I don't blame them at the same time. But it's just like, damn, they know the shit, like the real shit. So it's just like I want to know the shit. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's, I think it's very, like Sam, you mentioned, like they're very much more connected um to not only the earth, but like much more
Spirit.
to, yeah, to spirit, to, even like they said for years, like generations, like sky beings, sky people, they felt
Hmm.
a connection. They said that sky people are the ones who started, like
yeah,
us. We are the seeds, we are the byproduct of them. um so it's interesting how, like, maybe it's coming around full circle. I don't know,
yeah,
Hmm.
you
yeah. You
know.
have to think so. And then like the spiritual. Well, I had this guy on my podcast from Austria. His name is Kai Manger, and I hope I'm saying his last name right. But he's very famous for physical psychic mediumship.
Oh, is he the
And
one
this
that
shit,
has the stuff that
ectoplasm.
can,
This
yeah.
motherfucker could do ectoplasm in front of a crowd. I'm like, not just
Oh
like on
wow.
camera and by himself. This motherfucker has people next to him or touching him or even having people touch the ectoplasm and it's like wet and cold and shit. So he had this one video, some girls are sitting around him and he's ectoplasm's coming all the way to his mouth, all the way down to his feet, and it drops to the floor and it starts acting like a snake. And it's just like just going crazy. And then it starts to dissipate like a cloud and just disappears right in front of his feet.
Wow.
This
Wow.
is like, what the fuck? And he has crystals and jewels that'll pop out up behind his eyes. So just sit there and just start crying crystals and shit.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
And then
the
he's
physical
levitating tables
mediumship.
with other people, his hands being held by other people. Very eerie. And then he's telling me this is not really the power is not all from him. It's all from the seance that all the people there that
Collective
come there,
energy.
collective energy. And some of it, he
Yeah.
says some nights are not as powerful as others. It's not as impressive. Like nothing really
Yeah.
happens sometimes. And sometimes it'll just be full blown um ecstasy of
Yeah.
you know, of stuff
We
happening,
can.
So the way he talks is like a mystic from the 1500s.
Hmm.
It's so wild. And yeah, he's very humble and he just like he's got his proof and again he's got a huge following. And there's only a few in history of the who could do the ectoplasm. But yeah, the fact that hearing that it was all these other people that were having to do the chants or do the seance with him to get this stuff going. And he's actually telling me it was all from the Native Americans for starting all this stuff. Like they were doing this stuff early, like even the ectoplasm stuff and like
Like
all this. I was like,
shamans.
yeah, I was just learning that.
Yeah.
I was like, really? I thought it came from Europe, but it's like no, it's
Well, Europe made it popularized, I think,
sure,
during the
Right.
during the spiritualism time.
sure. But just to
But
hear that
yeah,
it
the
has a Native
physical
American history too, I was just like,
is
oh,
really
that's so.
cool.
And
Yeah.
he's just like this knowledge up the ass. Um, yeah, it's really cool. Maybe I should get him in an interview with have all the ghost girls come and talk with him.
That would be awesome.
That would be really
I
cool.
got
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've got lots of questions.
Or if he
Um,
could do it with us, like sit here and just like
oh
cry a bunch of
yeah,
crystals out of his eyes.
And
that would be,
I'm down.
Like, what? Well, I think we've all talked about it too, that um, like certain locations, it's not that certain locations are active, but it's like when we go to investigate, it seems like it's our energy that we
Yes.
bring to the location that causes like the spirits to interact with us. Because there'll be other teams there and they may not get like the same level of activity we do. And I think it has to do with like all of us and our collective energies and what we put out there.
Yeah.
And we've experienced that in many, many locations. So it's
Yeah,
interesting for sure.
definitely. It's a lot
Yeah, that's
about
so
what you
cool.
bring, the energy that you bring to the locations. And I think kind of like what we were talking about earlier, we all had this instant connection with each other. And,
Hmm.
you know, all together, like we have the same goals, we have the same way of thinking and investigating. And when we're together, everything is just so much more active if we can all make it to an investigation,
Oh
man, it
yeah,
is off the charts.
sure.
But yeah, it is, I think it is all about the energy that you bring. And yeah, it's really interesting what we can catch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Agreed.
And then yeah, I just love how we find these certain people that are supportive and just like are interested, just interested maybe to go investigate themselves because they saw you do it, and then you getting some readings. Because yeah, a lot of people are just again, I've never been to a ghost, a very haunted place and go look for ghosts myself. So I like to, I need to.
Yes, come
No,
with
just
us,
to watch,
seriously.
yeah, just watching
Mhm.
people do it and talk about it. It's really cool. So no, I can't thank you guys enough. That's super dope. I can't wait for
Yeah.
more. So are you still recruiting girls? How big are you trying to get your group to get?
I don't think we have a number. I just think that, when the timing's right and it feels right, you
Sure.
know,
Is it
then
becoming more like an umbrella or like getting more things going under the name? Because that's what I kind of like started to do. I started like branching out more of an umbrella to have other guest co-hosts and kind of, just kind of keep it fresh and stuff like that. I don't know. So I could
yeah.
see where you girls could get bigger and bigger where like you could do other things underneath the name or uh I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on doing some upcoming workshops and stuff, so
Yeah.
that'll be an umbrella. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if you were to call it that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think yeah, that's definitely one of the goals on our table. And we'd love to, I think that talking about with Kate, maybe doing having youth, having kids come in and learn about the paranormal and learn about ghosts and what it takes to investigate. So
Oh, that's
that's another
cool.
avenue because if we can inspire the next generation of, paranormal investigators, hey, we're all
Yeah.
about it. And we
Yeah.
can teach them, I don't want to say the right way, but
Well,
there's
Respectful.
the thought is they're gonna explore anyway. So we can
guide
help
them.
harness that energy into like we can help them direct it in a healthy path.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So they're not
And the
breaking into
My,
houses and getting
yeah.
yeah.
No, exactly. You gotta do it the right way. And like and being respectful to the ghost, I think you had to ask
Oh,
if it's okay to be there or just to investigate in general.
yeah, we always, that's kind of been our philosophy from day one is
Hmm.
to always be like really, positive and intentional about like, we want to just here to communicate with you. If you want to tell us your story, like we're here to listen. Like that's all we're here to do and not trying to provoke and we're not trying to like make you all upset with us and just to provoke a reaction. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to be intentional and find out like more. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I think that I'd like to do more on investigations is ask these sort of questions that a lot aren't asking, which is like, well, what's it like on the other side?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, can you tell us like like I have this thing where maybe it is kind of like some of the movies where they're like, oh, you can't like Beetlejuice, you can't tell there's
Yes.
rules. It's a handbook
Yes.
for the
That's a great
recently
example.
deceased. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
A
Well, are
great
these
example.
losers? Because it seems like,
Yes,
you
there's like
know, when
certain
other
rules that for a
people
ghost to
have
do.
like, yeah, that they're not allowed to tell you like what's on the other side. You're like, okay, you know, on the other side of the veil, can you see us?
Sure.
You
Sure.
know, what time period do you have time? Like, is it our timeline? Is it a different timeline? It's like one of the questions that we can use, like who's the president at that time? And if they
Sure.
say
Sure.
it's Lincoln or Woodrow Wilson or some random, you
Yeah.
know, president, and we're like,
No, I like how you said the Beetlejuice in the handbook because it makes you think that even the ghosts definitely might have questions if they're just kind of like thrown into this other world and it's kind of like what is this now? And then now you have to go to this waiting room and wait for your number to be called and like okay, this is the situation, okay? You're like what?
yeah.
Oh shit! And, no, it's really interesting. Yeah, I think you think there would be a lot of questions. At least when I die, I want my questions to be answered by some higher being. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's God or the damn devil or if it's the aliens or the spaghetti monster.
Yeah. The black smoke monster from Lost.
Right.
You bring the Parmesan cheese? Nope.
I know they'd be in trouble in my book.
Yeah, right.
That's
Oh
my favorite
God.
thing.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
so
yeah,
cool. Well,
yeah, it's
hey,
like crazy.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say we're rolling up to an hour here. But can you tell my audience where they can find you guys? If you guys got an Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel.
Yeah, we've got Instagram, Facebook, both at Sinister Sisters Paranormal. Got a website, Sinister Sisters Paranormal, all of it.
Cool.
TikTok, but that's just under me right now. But we got stuff in the works.
Cool. I see you guys got merch too. You guys selling that, or is this kind of more for you guys
Well,
to
this
see?
one was the through a partnership we did with Urban Myth.
Oh, cool.
So he kind of created that the shirt. She's wearing this paranormal investigator, this badass one, who's wearing like our shirt.
Yeah, yeah,
Because that's like her dead.
yeah.
But yeah, so she's got like a K2 meter in one hand and
That's so cool.
yeah, she's
Yeah. No,
she's
I was just
ready.
curious if you guys had some merch going too. So I was thinking about getting some merch myself, getting
Mm-hmm.
this symbol, something going. I don't know. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I want to
It's
do
definitely
something
worth it.
fun.
Especially if you go out and do conferences and that kind of thing. People are
Yeah.
always looking
Yeah. I just
for
got
new
invited
merch.
to Barnaby's Capcom. Uh, um, I'm going to be on the UFO panel apparently. So yeah,
Nice.
I've never
Awesome.
done that before, so I'm gonna just give him a shot.
That's exciting. That's
It is
awesome.
exciting. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to put myself in the hot seat. And yeah, it should be fun. It's gonna happen next
Okay.
year in May. So it's got a ways away, but I guess
Comes fast.
yeah, it does, isn't it? When
Oh
you
my
plan
gosh.
shit
The
like that.
faster and faster all the time.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Well, cool. Hey, can you girls stay with me for 2 more minutes?
Yep.